Welcome back everyone to another Redstone tutorial. Today I'm going to show you my 4-way water elevator. So I built this because I wanted a 4-way water elevator to get to the top of my base, and I wanted to be able to activate it from all 4 sides and go into it, so that it had this nice water stream right in the center of my base. So the way this works is you will come over here and you press a note block, which then powers this redstone line, which activates the block swapper, and then it also activates this clock, which will, when the items from this hopper get all the way into this one, then it will then repower the block swapper, swapping it back to the magma block, so that after you've gotten from the top, you can then get back down after the delay. And of course you can change the delay to fit your length of your elevator. So to build this, you're going to need a 7x7 base platform, and you're going to go 6 blocks up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, that can go down there. And then this is actually going to be what the base of your floor is going to be. So we can build that out right here. Just filling in all of these blocks, leaving a spot in the center so that we can place our soul sand and our magma cube. Then I personally like to use the combination of pressure plates and signs to hold back the water, so we can go ahead and place these in right here. Although I do not recommend adding the water in right away, as if you mess up something and it spills everywhere, it's super irritating to try to fix the redstone that just got washed away. So I like to do that last, after I've built everything else and tested it. Now we can punch away this block here on each of the sides, adding in a note block, and this is what we're going to use to activate the elevator. We can place in observers, observing each one of these blocks, and place in the blocks like that. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to actually create the block swapper that will be swapping our soul sand for our magma block by adding a sticky piston down there. And then right across from that, we will grab ourselves a torch, which will extend the piston. We can then add a block like this right next to the torch, and a block up like that. And then on either one of these blocks, we are going to put a torch, and then we are going to have redstone dust on top of that block, and then comparators pointing out from the torch into the block. Then we can go over here real quick and grab ourselves some normal pistons and place them on either one of the blocks here. But first, we need to grab our soul sand, put the soul sand right up in there. And it doesn't matter which side you put the soul sand on, as it'll work either way. And just like that, our block swapper is done. So to power the block swapper, we need to put a normal block here, grab ourselves a slab, which will be important later, put it out like this. Then we're going to get ourselves a 3-tick delay and a repeater. Put it across like this, and then place our dust right next to that observer with 2 more repeaters like that. Then we will do a similar thing on the other side, where we will grab ourselves 2 repeaters like this, and put our repeater on 3 ticks like that into this block. We'll then put it into there. So that is 2 of our systems done. So as you can see, if we hit this note block, it swaps it, and if we hit this one, it will swap it as well. So now to wire in the second one, all you have to do is bring blocks right around like this, placing dust on top of all of them. And now this one will also swap the block as well. And we will do a similar thing over here by placing another repeater on 3 ticks, so that all of our note blocks will swap the block. The next thing we need to do is add the timing circuit in here. So I'm going to grab myself some hoppers, comparators, and I need some droppers. So the dropper is going to come up like this, and then this is actually where we are going to be powering the dropper. So we can place some blocks down like this and wire it in like this. And what this is doing is we're going to be using this repeater here and this one here to take power out from when we click the note block so that it will power the delay. And the reason we need to do that is to make it so that it doesn't accidentally create a clock just infinitely swapping. So we can also bring this right there, put a repeater there, that'll be important later, and bring this around like so that this one is wired in, and then and then this one will also come through here and power this redstone line as well. So no matter which one we click, this circuit here will be clicked. So then we're going to place our hopper here, making sure to point them into each other, and then making sure to point them into each other. They need to be one space away from that. We will place our block here with a comparator facing into a block on top of this hopper. Then we need to grab ourselves a torch, placing it on top of the block. And then we can add our delay items. So I'm just going to add in 8 for right now, which will all circulate over here. So we'll put in 8. And you can change this to be however long you want. That just determines how long it will wait before swapping the blocks back again. Then we're going to grab ourselves some observers, and we're going to have the observer watching that comparator, which then that observer will watch that one and go into the dust, which will power this dropper. Now it's important, you need to add a block into the dropper so that when this gets powered, the block comes up here, which will then start the delay. So after you've created your clock circuit, we're going to create this little circuit here. We're just going to take a redstone dust off of the torch, take that repeater into a sticky piston, and then take a 3-tick delay out from there. Now it's important, you need to punch out a couple blocks here, and this is what's actually going to send the power back into the system. So right here, we're just going to place a block on top like so. So your repeater on 3 ticks will pump the signal into this line, which will turn off this torch. You'll place a block on top and grab yourself another torch. And you should see this torch will turn off and this one will stay on. Now that part is done. So theoretically, I should be able to click this button and the soul sand will swap out, and in a few seconds it will swap back. So then all that is left to do is grab yourself some glass and some water and build up the actual tube of your item elevator. Now, I will say, a mistake I have made so many times when building these is accidentally waterlogging one of the signs. So when filling it up with water, I recommend to actually use a temporary block to place that water that's at the level of the signs. So just place that there, place your water there, and then that will just help you avoid the problem of accidentally waterlogging the signs and washing away all your redstone. And just like that, we are now done. So I hope you all enjoyed this redstone tutorial. Feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe below, because apparently that's what YouTubers say at the end of their videos.